And then we're live again. Did a show about Haiti today. It was pretty interesting.
About Haiti?
And, about Haiti. We had this woman come on who was talking about Haiti. Then we had, I did another interview with somebody else, and I played some of the sound clips. We were talking about this guy who was part of this whole thing, right? Was
You know we're live, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Just checking.
Yeah, in the process, she was sharing. 1 second, let me just type this up. She was sharing, about how this guy was part of the Catholic Brotherhood of some sort, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Archbishop Gerald Dante Amino happened to call in at that exact time. So he gave a really incredible perspective on a lot of these things that would happen down in that area. Down in these orphanages. He's actually over a lot of orphanages, too. It's really interesting.
Got it.
All right, and now Speak Project is also live here in a second. So we're hitting on a bunch of networks now, huh? Cool. Yes, there you are. Love it. Thank goodness.
That's all right. So this is kind of a pre-launch talk. We haven't started. But that's
I love that you're outside and your hair is blowing because it's like you're in space.
There we go.
So yeah, I will be right back. And man, it's like
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
what was that?
Oh, I just I turned on the my channel so I can see if it's running. I always like to check.
No, that's good. We have dual chat rooms right now. It'd be great.
Oh yeah. I got 27 watching over here. I'm going to give myself a like because I like the way my hair blows with in space. You need to put the galactic unicorn in the background. That's what you got to do. All right. See, then I end up watching the wrong screen here. So, how about this? Why don't I do it this way? So everyone knows we're starting. There we go.
Beautiful. And welcome.
Oh.
Wow, he's already hitting the show. What's going on?
Oh, just queuing. It got queued up for another. So there we go. So just experiencing the rocking out of the of our intro music.
Rocking out. I love it. It's energies are high, right? Energies are high. Things are good. The world is in a brand new place.
It seems like, look, a brand new world.
A brand new world, exactly. It's where it all starts. Love it.
So I'm glad you dressed down for this occasion.
Well, I've been dressed up for several hours, and I feel like this is the front lines, right? This is where we get nitty gritty with it, right? So
that's it.
I figure out, I bring in my own brand, right? Tank. So,
I got it.
I like to wear my own clothes versus be branded by someone else.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I was never into like wearing the labels, like walking around with a shirt that had like a big label on it. I always like, why am I a billboard? It never made sense.
Because you're cattle. That's why. Because that's what they think of.
Oh yes, branding. That's true. Yeah. So we left it with a lot of things happening yesterday. So what's the update?
Nothing.
Okay, the end of the show. So
nothing and good night. No, it was a big void last night, to be honest, or today, because I'm not sure exactly, but what I know is that the banks are all in a horrible state. They can't do anything anymore. Chase Bank actually forgave all of the credit cards of their customers in Canada. How amazing is that, right? Why do you think they did that? Well, probably part of the conditions that Kim gave them was that, we'll give you this money and save you, but you have to forgive all the debt. Something to that effect, So they must have done something. I don't know exactly what terms Kim gave to the banks, other than it's supposed to be a third, a third, and a third, right? A third to the people, a third to the banks, and a third to the governments, right? Now, in speaking to them yesterday, or 2 days ago, with the Chinese elders, we left off that, the two that I spoke to, not that I spoke to the whole Chinese elders, but we learned a lot, right? We learned that the Rothschilds are, in fact, part of the Chinese elders, right? They are definitely considered part of it, and so is the IMF, which essentially means what we've been saying all along, we were right the whole time. So, and that means nobody else has been saying it, so I guess that means everybody else is wrong. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is that what we learned is that the way they see it is they couldn't even fathom the idea of giving money directly to people. They're like, but who will manage it for them? And it really showed me what they think of us, right? That we are less than they are. That is not true. Matter of fact, we could not be less. You could put a bunch of raccoons who just ran on the keyboard and they could do just as good a job as managing the money as the banks have. Because look at what's happened. They're in a 600% negative liquidity. They had to forgive the credit as part of it had to be part of their arrangement because they have no credit to give. You can't even use credit cards anymore. There's nothing to give.
Yeah. That's actually a good point. If they basically wipe out all the debt, that people can go and spend on their credit.
Right.
So it's a jubilee.
Yeah, it's a jubilee, right? So
what about the Americans?
That's a great point. They always said that Kim would never bring a dime into the United States. So this was my first task when Kim and I started working together, and we did. We brought in $1 million into the Sun Trust Bank, and they validated everything. And when it happened, it was like world changing because it was all taking place and everybody was watching, right? And I was actually on the phone with Kim and the bank, and it was very exciting. And I thought for sure, hey, that's it. That's all we had to do, right? turns out they don't always tell the truth.
Well, it's probably more like they were shocked, right? And they said, "Oh no, stop that! Stop it!"
Yeah. Like, no, it's not happening. Yeah.
That's like
Yeah. So no, I mean, so anyway, so that being said, these things are taking place now. So the banks basically they are still holding out for the RV. So which basically means they are the captains of the ship that has literally been sunk, and they are on it. And you're like, no, 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 no. I'm gonna recover. I'm gonna recover. Just hold on. Just hold on a little bit longer. Hold on a little bit longer. Hold on a little bit longer. That's their mantra. But it's not gonna happen. And I don't know if you heard this letter from Kim, but I think it's definitely worth reading. I read it once already on the air, but definitely worth reading again. Very simple message that Thomas shared on a show last night, and I'm going to repeat it here. Okay, so basically, this now I take this as a letter to humanity, but I think she put it out there to the banking groups, which seem to be at a lack of humanity. So the letter from Kim basically said, not basically, this is what she said. This is being taken from the Thomas show, so I think this is exactly right. So the letter from Kim said, "Help me help you. Remember, I gave my life, family, security, money, time, my job, home, and everything else that they have taken from me to stand for you. I believe in you. Source God believes in you. I am not your savior. You are. Unite to make this happen." End. So it's powerful. I don't know. And I feel that. She listed this list of things that I've had to give up to get here, to try to get through this. Give up my life. I mean, everything about my old life before this is gone. I've lost relationships and damaged relationships with my family. Any kind of notion of security. All of my savings gone, money gone, business, destroyed by the UN and another group. Time, you can't take that time. My kids, almost my whole daughter's life have been doing this. They literally forced me out of a job with a company I love, and by telling me to do something, and then pushed me, and then fired me for doing it. Lost our home, and everything else, as far as reputation, any sense of respect in this world, which, to be quite honest, I've long since accepted not to have those things. But hearing Kim say those things, I was like, this is someone who's been through what we're in this with us, right? And I'll tell you, Kim's a hard person to complain to, right? Like I can't be like, but Kim, I'm going through this. She's like, oh really? They tried to kill me with 100 ninja assassins today. Was your day that bad? It's like, no, Kim, it wasn't that bad. Jeez. It's not a competition.
Well, I feel her pain.
You're used to being attacked by ninjas?
Not that many, but one or two here and there. But everything that I've been through, I've had quite a range of things that have gone on. I wouldn't want to take any of it back, get back any of that time. And I think the main reason is that I'm not trying to live in a false reality. I'm not trying to basically create something that is, out of a lie or for money. I've never been about money, but I always had money available. Right? It always just materialized when I needed it. Right?
Sure.
But I wouldn't want to take anything back. And it's just whatever. Trials, and there was a lot of hardship and things that happened in my life and bad things. I wouldn't want to go back and live in regret about any of it, because where we're going is all about the future, right? We need to create this wonderful order, and to be where we're at, why would we want to change it?
Yeah, it's not about the future; it's about the present. That's the key,
sure.
Right?
Yeah,
it's about the present and about being present.
Right.
And
that's what I said. That's where we're here right now, right? But to get a new future that's not down that road, it's down this road.
Yeah.
Actually, you see the road there?
I've always felt that way about, everything in my life, relationships as well. Like I don't like things that are, I don't do things for a fling or a cheap thrill. Just always been a believer of having things that are for you, in life and in everything. And so I've never been a fan of this. I always thought like, well, once I found out that everything I thought was real wasn't, I have spent every second since fighting to get to the place that is real. So, yeah, I'm with you.
That's awesome. Any news on Kingdom of Manna?
There's no such place, but no, nothing that I'm aware of. They haven't, So I talked to the groups and like verbally they agreed to the terms that we gave them, and basically Kim has got to get back the contract to me. And yesterday morning she hit me up at like 2:30 in the morning, and then she hit me up again at about 9 in the morning, and then she was out. I mean, she was kind of she was clearly busy doing things. She's been working until 2 in the morning.
You mean the cease and desist?
Yeah, the cease and desist. She had, I sent it to her, the one that we drafted. I would just send it to them myself, but I really will not overstep that authority unless Kim gives me permission to do it.
Sure.
She's given me permission to speak for the trust many times. And I'm always like, I'm on the side of caution because I'd be like, Kim, I've been saying this. Is that okay? She's like, yeah, sure. But
okay. Well, I do have a personal friend of mine that is in interactions, you might say, with Kingdom of Manna, and I'm trying to inform him of the actual status of things, and he's going to need to have some. Let's just say some help and understanding. So I'd like you to, speak with him.
I am more than willing at any time to talk to him, and I will take him through the document, the original, and then I'll show him exactly.
I put him. Yeah, I put him on track on a couple of points that are in the Kingdom of Manna handbook that actually, even prove the point. But I think it's he's definitely. Needs to have some understanding given about this. I've explained everything, but he's deep into it. So and a very good-hearted guy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, it's you know what, Dan? I think we should do it this way. While we're here, let's illustrate it. I think this will be very helpful. So this is what's happening for everybody out there. Okay, so you take the Kingdom of Manna. The Kingdom of Manna only exists because of Kim. So, because Kim is the sole sovereign of the planet, right? And she appoints, where is it? Here we go. She appointed the Kingdom of Manna. Come on, why is that mouse on? Right? So she's the one that gave them their power. Then Kim, after they betrayed her, she's the one that took their power. Oh, wait. Yeah, took their power away. There, that's simple. So now, what you have is Kingdom of Manna, right? It doesn't exist anymore. So how about that? That's pretty much the simplicity. That's what happens now. So the Kingdom of Manna is no longer real because all their power has been taken away. So now, all they are is a group of criminals that are trying to mess with
okay. So okay,
much better.
So what program were you using to do that? You high-tech guru you.
That if you go into share and you just
it's
drop
in share?
Okay. You just go to share and you go to whiteboard.
Okay, it's a whiteboard.
But don't call it whiteboard. We call it absent of color board because I don't want people to think that we're siding with the evil whites because it's not a racist.
No. It's Zoom is a racist.
Oh, right. Right. Well, the fact that they have a whiteboard.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh,
And then
we have someone jumped on.
someone jumped on.
Yeah, we're on Gerald Mino, AB.
Archbishop Gerald Dardemino. Hang on one second. I will bring him on board to see if he wants to talk. Nope, Gerald does not want to talk, but he wants. Gerald, unless you do. So, Gerald, if you want to say something, feel free to chime in at any time, man.
He'll have to unmute
No,
himself.
I just signed in here because I lost my volume on YouTube, so I came onto this side.
Okay. So that is the Archbishop. He has really great experience. So good resource to have around today. And he's got amazing synchronized timing. It's like all of a sudden cops in like, oh, I didn't even know you had the link to get in. He just called on God and walked in. I'm like, that dude's a real Archbishop. He's not messing around. So.
Well, we could talk some shop here, but when you created the link, is this just the link for the Zoom overall, or did you go and create a meeting?
This is just Tank's personal meeting room. So like we've been running nonstop. The basic.
Yeah, that link is live all the time. So if you're on, it's on.
That's right. It's live. I know we can do private meetings still, but for the most part, we don't, because now we are the most transparent organization in the world, because the Speak Project is completely 24/7 all the time. Even when it's really boring, we're just putting. we had our whole meeting this morning. We just put it up, and then it ended up. Actually, I realized some people would like to know what's going on in the meeting. So we're figuring out what we're going to do and what we're going to move people, and then usually we're a little more colorful with our language, but we did crank that back a little bit. So, because sometimes, when you can't say things publicly and you're on the side with your team, you're like going on, it's ugly. It's all.
Yeah, I pushed the beep button, but it just went silent.
Yeah, I couldn't swear. I couldn't do it. Well, I probably have to.
It's all right. So. All right. Well, so what else is going on? I've been completely out of sync with any news or anything. I've watched nothing. I've been 100% on this other project, and so so I don't know what's going on.
Well, you know what? It's funny. I don't know that any place is reporting what's really going on, right? What's really happening. But in reality, I thought this list is worth reading, right? So everything has collapsed. Everything. System of control has gone. Several events overcome extinction over humanity. Ebola, other viruses, rock throwing planet. I guess this is all things from Tommy's show last night. Air, water, and food poisoning. Now, these things we've had the answer to these things forever, so I'm not sure exactly what he's saying, because, the main Draco left, which is Anu, he's gone. The failed electromagnetic grid, the recent moon attempt, which I guess some attempt to blow up the moon or have the moon crash on the planet. Armageddon, World War III, all failed. The Saturn moon matrix failed. Martial law, soul traps, memory wipes, reincarnation technology, Marduk, Anu, and the Manta Queen. Various species below our feet, demons removed, jinns failing, Draco failed, parents, covenants, dragon groups, Illuminati, families, SSP, factions are failing. Sniper attacks, family attacks, psychic attacks, gang, jinn, Dorsey. Not sure what that is. Financial agents, all failed. Banking system of harvesting failed. Babylon, Hercules, Prometheus, Annabelle systems. Black screens and codes, mind control experiments, religion, all failed. History falling apart. Media, alternative media, politicians, narrative, fake creations, BRICS, RV, Bitcoin, Nasara, Jassar, Saint Germain, Libra, U.S. military experiment, wars, neo-hooks, Israel failing, and everything. All of those things have been taken apart, all designed to destroy humanity, and they're all gone. You should have added in there Walmart, FEMA camps, all the different things. I keep watching these. I'm so fascinated by this, that you have these trains filled with UN attack vehicles, which are illegal to have on U.S. soil. But all those things have been wiped out that Kim has taken apart, and furthermore, Kim has shut down any back doors. So there's no backdoor way for them to overcome right now. So it's the first time where, there might still, and Kim is being merciful still, right? But, and there might be some little things going on. As far as I can tell, this is done. This is done, and there is a launch that is pending every second of every hour of every day that could happen at any time. So they don't have any time to make this up, to move forward. And the estimated time of the full-on banking and economic collapse is August 15th through the 17th. And it will be catastrophic. But for them, it'll be catastrophic for them because we will be in a better place than it. And hopefully I'm not talking about heaven. I think here, right, we'll actually be a better place here because for the first time, as they see us as cattle and they see us as less than them, they think that that what would we do as stupid humans? They'll manage our money. They're wrong.
Right.
Humans are incredible and amazing and beautiful things, and they could do anything if they would just allow themselves to entertain the reality of getting their hopes up.
Listen, I think you're being a human supremacist.
I am actually being a human supremacist. I'm a racist. It's out there. I'm glad we're talking about it. I can't fight it. I'm a human racist. There's just the one human race. So
that's it.
Sorry, Dan. I'm sorry to bring you down with me, but it had to happen this way.
I think it's a good company.
Yeah. So that being said, though, now if humanity could embrace that and let go of the shame that we've been indoctrinated with, right? We're ashamed because we're not good enough, we're not smart enough, we're not tall enough, we weren't born into a certain family, we don't have X, Y, and Z, or we don't have brown eyes, we don't have blue eyes, we wish we were this race or that race or whatever it is. There is a constant shaming, and it cuts to the heart of who we are, where we always feel inferior. That's why people constantly manage their own expectations, and they say things like, I don't need much, I just want to be this. It's like, man, you'll never hear me say that. Never, not a million. I will never say I don't need much. You know what I need? As much as I can imagine when I need it. When I need to build, I need to be able to reach into the spirit and pull it forth at will. Whatever that takes, and my imagination is constantly expanding, creating, living, breathing, growing, experiencing new things and making it even bigger. So with that, what I need is not to be limited by anything. Now, I would rather everybody embrace that, what most people say, arrogant or vain mentality. I'd rather you be arrogant and amazing than humble and useless and a slave. If you want to be a slave and somebody else thinking for you, go ahead. That's fine. Some people like that. I don't.
Well, I think mostly that's been a trained behavior, right? It's a habit, a very bad habit that needs to be broken.
I agree.
Oh, that's actually interesting. We should have some recovery centers for slave mentality.
It's so deep and then generational, and I think it's just genetically passed on from one generation to the next. Right? You got to think way back when, we were told like you're no good, and our great grandfather was told that, and they got passed down. And they did something terrible, right? And they leveraged it against them to make them feel terrible. Yeah. And so now, I recommend everybody do energetic clearings. Like, I think Faye on Sunday is doing another energetic clearing. Everybody's invited. We're going to do it on Zoom. So we'll probably end up doing it live. What am I talking about? We'll probably do it live. I should probably run that by Faye because she, she's a little more particular about things. But I'm going to see if I can get her to do it live. And we'll clear the whole planet. Everybody just got to tune in.
That's it. All at one time.
Yeah.
No messing around. We can move it out to the solar system.
Yeah, it's easy.
Good. Yeah. Just move it out there, because just in case there's any Draco hanging out around Saturn.
Hey, what's going on here? Did I never go live?
What's that?
No, I'm wondering there. I got. Not sure where I thought I launched my whole thing to go live. It wasn't on my channel. Didn't know. Now everybody knows. There.
But it says live. It says live on YouTube. And that's not for me.
What's this then? My double live?
I recognize that's my voice.
Yep, I got it. All right, I had to mute that out. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I've been trying to figure these things out. A few mistakes here. When you're trying to go live all the time, I think I should have had somebody with me also doing these things because I had real work to do today, like lots of work, and then I had to make sure we were live every second.
I did.
Set things up.
I did make that comment yesterday. Have
Yeah,
the co-host,
you did.
have someone there because we did this 24/7, and we kept it going now. It's probably a year. So we don't have every slot filled in the day, but it is there to be available for people to go in, and you can see what the next time one's coming in. But yes, it's maybe half full at any point. So that's half-hour slots.
Yeah, you got a bunch of reverb, man. I'm not sure if it's coming from the giant solar sun system behind you or if it's a microphone.
I don't know. How does it sound now?
No, not that. It might be because we're live on two areas. Dude. That's good. I can.
I don't hear it. I don't hear it. It might be on your end. If you should have you're muted the other channels. Maybe it's like low volume on one of them, and it's
yeah. Hang on 1 second.
Popping in there.
Stop live stream. All right, talk now. Let me see.
Hello, 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 hello. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Nope. That's weird.
This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. Aquarius.
It's sounding worse, and I don't even know what's going on now. What's happening?
Yeah.
Actually, your voice pretty good, man. It's the actual.
I can also go to. This is the dawning of the age of
Good.
Aquarius.
That sounds perfect. Keep that voice the rest of the time.
Aquarius. Aquarius.
And that's when the show stopped airing.
Well, that's my church singing voice.
Yeah. That's when I sing birthday songs in that voice when I'm at Italian restaurants with the Italian waiters. Right? Like over, I sing in their exact. That's the only tone I can teach. You know, it never leaves. It's just that like one beat, one tone. All right, yeah. So other things going on. I don't know. It looks like the government and the world's about to collapse and fall apart. And in the news, the most important thing is all of these fake shootings, right? Like the fake Walmart shooting and the apparent psychic down in Florida who predicted it, right? 15 minutes before it happened, and then she's like, "Oh wait, it didn't happen." If that happened to me live on air and I was part of a conspiracy, I would have been like this. I would have been like, I would have just passed out. And like, I had a vision. What happened? I would have came back up like it was totally on purpose. Like this happens to me sometimes. I just get visions. And next thing you know, I'd be a psychic for the cabal. That's the dream.
For the cabal, all right.
Not really. I mean, everybody.
No, I've had visions of, twice that were like a movie unrolled in my head, in a moment. It's just I saw the whole thing. It was only a moment that went by in time, but I saw a whole movie. Yeah, and it all just it came to pass like within hours.
Wow.
Yeah, it just. But there's always it always had to deal with some kind of emergency situation. One was a child that was abducted by one of the parents. It was like a breakup between, but the father stole the kid away, right? And she was staking out a place to try and find him, pop up, and anyway, I had this. She was about ready to give up, and she was just killing time while she's on stakeout. And I had this. She's ready to leave, and I said, and I just had this whole movie roll out, and I told her, listen, just stay there. I just had a vision that it's all going to happen, and there's going to be police cars and helicopters and a police chase, and I said, I tell you what, just hang out. I'll come and sit with you. Right, so you don't, so you're not there alone. So giving up. I think she was over there like 5 days. And then
I don't know if you gentlemen are aware of it, but Dan, you're only showing up half of your face on the right hand side of your face. That's the only side that's showing up on YouTube.
okay, well, I'm not aware
You
of
look
that.
great on my YouTube. You look great on my YouTube. So I don't know why that's happening. You should change your view, Dan, when you go into your video settings, and change it to go to video settings and make sure it's 16:9.
Okay, that's what he's now it's gone. You know what it was when you went to the whiteboard? It kind of cut me in half, I think, because when that ended, I got out of that screen mode, and now it went back. So, but thanks for telling. Now we know.
Whenever you half the battle, knowing half the battle.
Yeah. So
good.
So anyway, when I was en route to go sit with her while she was doing it, but when I got there, she was gone. And I was looking around, I was waiting, kind of hanging out. I said, what could have happened, And I kept calling. About 2 hours later, she calls me and she says, "That's exactly what happened. They showed up. She called the police, and they took off with the kid, and there was a police chase." And she finally she finally got her son back. It was about 6 months away. So
that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and it's just it's really like understanding quantum at a particular level. And I know on the science side of it, in mathematics and all that, the time factor just drops out of the equation. It's just a knowing, right? And so having this unfold like in a moment, in as a whole movie just went. It's like it was like just there, like the whole experience. But it's
amazing.
Yeah, I was amazed. But again, it only happened twice. Yeah.
Right. I've had a few things like that happen over time, but I more importantly right now is, Dan, can you have a vision right now? And if I direct you, what I'd like to have happen is I'd like to have the money flow into my account right now. I would like to get picked up by people who come in and say, "We are here. We were sent by Kim to take you, to make sure that you get the money right now so you can start to disperse the funds for humanity." Let me know if anything hits you. Whatever, feed into it, love it, embrace it. We can do it. That Dan are going to mind meld. Tune in, Orson.
Yeah.
Mark calling Orson.
Yeah.
Right
Come
now.
in, Orson. Yeah. Well, I still get people calling. Hey, are you Robin Williams? I said,
Are
yes.
you? Wow. Yeah. I mean, like, he's dead. I find
know,
that insulting.
Yeah, I don't like the way he went either.
No. Who's that one?
It was Robin Williams.
My team thought that somebody was throwing things at me because there was like all these like crashes and booms. Like, I don't know where that came from. So just a ghost in my system, I guess. So yeah, man. Nothing else that I had that's pressing. Everything's been about what a horrible clusterfuck. Oh my god, that was YouTube. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't mean to swear, but yeah, just what a cluster mess things are. And I don't think I've ever done that on air before or on a call. I really didn't. But yeah, it's been crazy everywhere, basically. And
well, it's okay if you use it as a technical term.
Could you please, now that we've tanked this, give me an example.
Well, you said clusterfuck.
Right.
So that
one word.
Right. It's a actual it's a description of a status, right? It's a status, right? So you're describing a status. So I think whenever I had a run of saying that word, right, F-U-C-K, fuck, it was to describe something that was named that.
Oh.
Right.
Like Cluster F University would be appropriate to say that.
Sure. So there So there was a particular herb, medical marijuana, from Alaska called Thunderfuck OG.
Got it. Original gangster. I mean, like, that is like Alaskan chronic. Is basically that is serious. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So a really good herb, I would must say. But but you know, my kids would like freak out, right? Because they would be at the dispensary when I would be there and helping the patients that had come in the door, and I would say it right, like just like it wasn't anything. But they know I never say that word, you know, and
right.
you know I never say it. So they're always like you know, double taking like.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, man.
So I guess it's really about the spirit of the word is what I really avoided, right? Because it's usually about saying it out of anger most of the time, or it's come from that. So I never liked that energy around it, right? But you know, I've been around people that say it all the time, and I've had it like leak into me like a virus, right? When you're a bunch of sailors, you talk sailor talk. You know, it's kind of like it's the rhythm, the music of the conversation. It kind of like melds up, and that's happened. You know.
I remember when I first moved to New York City, I did demolition my first year here, like for the summer before I went back to work as a teacher or went to work as a teacher. And every single person on the demo team, by the way, it was Sammy the Pitbull Bravado, his pit boss. It was that construction company, right? And which is like, you know, John Gotti's, you know, pit boss. And I had a friend who, of course, I was friends with them. So every single guy on the demo team, they had all done time except for me. So it was like such a hardcore group. I mean, and really, after like everything, it was such a good group of guys. But you know, it took me a little while to adjust to the language because I came from like a really conservative place in upstate New York, and but it took me a while. And it was like, and sometimes the things they would say, I'd be like, "That's like really aggressive, man." Like, I didn't know what to do. You know, like I'm trying to fit in and also not get shanked, but yeah, a little different.
Yeah, a little bit different. Yeah. So, yeah. What do you got?
So, no, I'm just looking at something else. I got a couple of messages actually that are pretty important, but I can't share them. Yeah, so
oh darn!
Wait. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to check the chat room on this side, see if there's any questions. Remember, put a Q, and then the question after that, and then I'll spot it. If you just say the word question, I might miss it.
Boy, do it now. Drop it quick.
Oh, right. Someone says this picked up on this. The Patriot Hour, that the YouTube channel, 2,000 documents for Epstein are released.
Oh, they're already released on that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things released today that are out there that are scathing. You know, I know that there's 1 million documents in total, right, that are coming out.
Yeah. So here's a couple of questions. So, Dan, could you please read the whole letter I sent you in Telegram? It's called Actions for Us, or US. Maybe I can take a look at that.
Be careful. There's a group out there of very aggressive light workers that are targeting us. So don't just read it blindly, Dan. Don't just read it blindly, because there's a poem that like that poem I read today.
Well, this is. I mean, it's a book.
Yeah, read the whole thing now.
This is actually 8/8/19 letter from Kim, a call to action read by Thomas Williams on his THI podcast.
Oh, thank you. Somebody has the real letter. Thank you.
It was transcribed. They told me they were transcribing it. So I can read it.
Go for it.
Maybe
send me it too, please.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll it's multiple. How do I do that? if I can drag select the whole thing. And let me get it to you, Tank. Did it get the whole thing to you? Yes, you got the whole thing. All right. Let me see if I can get to the top of this. And then I will share my screen. Let's see how that works. Oops.
I'm amazed my computer hasn't frozen yet. Right.
Now I'll share my screen.
It must be the letter that I read to do it justice, I guess. So I can't wait to hear what it actually says.
Okay, is it like appearing on the channel now?
Not on my channel,
Let's see.
but
oh, it shouldn't. It should be on your channel.
Yes, it's on the screen, Dan.
It is. Okay.
oh, good, cool.
All right. Let me go back to that then. Okay. Let me make sure I can slide through this. All right.
Ah, there you go. I see it.
Okay. All right. We have reached a critical point in which humanity has a chance to rise up and become its own ruler. The back works has all been done. The back work has all been done. There is nothing standing in your way. They fear you, not other way around. Let me explain. The three main controllers of humanity and the order givers to the order and the parents, families, family masters. If you don't know what this is, then you should find out. Thomas, of course, our members are always aware of it. Okay, those three main controllers have pulled all support from their covens and the 13 bloodline families known to most of you as Rothschild, Chinese elders, Browers, Vatican, Blackson, Greens, Browns, Whites, the colored code programs, and so forth. Many names you don't even know exist. The upper people don't even use names. They use code names like the Dark Prince, which could have been any one of 21 people and not necessarily male. A lot of the internet talk about the cabal doesn't exist in reality. Remember, they create the problem and they create the solution. Create the devil and the creator and the savior. Start the war, create the boogeyman, create the hero. This is their game of control. Don't let them fool you. I think that this is Thomas's comment. Like I said, this is not just for we the people either. All of those who thought you were in control, you're not, and you never were. Kim goes on. The money system means control was a means of control. It was created to do nothing but take control over the wealth of the world. That wealth was human souls, energy, and minerals, not currencies. He, being M, Marduk, issued stupid family registrations and trust papers like it meant anything to him at all. And they all fell for it. The whole system was nothing but a great big lie, but it kept the order in control, known to him as the slave masters. Yes, you, the 153, the order. You were all called the slave masters. Suck it up. They were never called the royals or the kings and the queens they portray themselves to be. He loved to lie. He knew him. I knew him well. So here I stand, and there you are. When is Kim going to transfer the money? When we need money. I hear this on a daily basis, and it's frustrating to me. Why? Because there is a bigger picture here. Learn it. For whatever reason, I know have M's accounts, M's assets, and yes, M's control over the money magic system. I have extended olive branches to the parents, covens, and their minions, you know, as royals, the Asians, the Brits, their tribes. They all refused to face the fact that M was a liar. He lied to all of them with grandiose promises of being the rulers, the owners and controllers of the planet. He told Putin he would be king of the earth, which is why Putin is still giving Russian money to fake Chinese elders. Marduk won. Face it and move on. To those of you who begging them for money in exchanges of air tokens and dinars, dongs, and insert other currencies here, they were the money issuers for thousands of years. Greedy little piglets didn't share any with you. You see, it's not just us who were considered greedy piglets. It was you as well. But you think today is the day. It's never going to happen. They still sit, yes, including Chinese elders on the other Asian variety, in their big mansions, eating their $5,000 meals with their concubines and maids. They can afford to give all of you at least a little money out of their own pocket, but they have not, and they never will. In order to be in control, all you have to do is sit back and wait for someone else to do something, whether that's me or anybody else. Every single day that goes by that you do not...
Rewind.
Yeah.
In order to be controlled, not in order to be in control. In order to be controlled.
In order to be controlled, all you have to do is sit back and wait for someone else to do something, whether that's me or somebody else. Every single day that goes by that you do nothing, they do something. A new war. Oh, look, here's what Iran, Iraq, the Russians are doing. Create the problem, create the solution. The only way to win the game is not to play. It's their game. They are eating each other alive currently with false promises and no delivery. Bitcoin, anyone? Oh, you will be outside the system. Or how about Libra? Just another currency they control. Create the term cabal for the bad guys, and the good guys are the Chinese elders. They are the same people from the same order, and all take orders from the same people. Wake up. The groundwork has been laid for you. The control system of the masses is rapidly deteriorating. When something goes down, something must take its place. And I hope I didn't make a mistake when I bet it on all of you, the people. There are days I feel like I did. Maybe all of you are not ready. Don't let us down. By us, I mean the human race. Stop looking for a savior. If you find one, most likely it was created for you. Oh wow, you say. The mainstream media is reporting the deep state now. Seriously, is reporting the deep state now.
Seriously, they want you to know.
Oh, seriously, they want you to know. Okay. So here is the boogeyman, little sheepies. Sheeples.
Man, here, I know her tone. Let me finish reading it here.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Here's the boogeyman. Okay. Here's the boogeyman now. Here's the boogeyman, little sheeples. Now, where is the savior? It was BRICS. Then it was Putin. Then it was the Chinese elders. Next, it will be just another person from you. From from their group. We need a global reset, you say. Well, let me tell you something. Either you are going to be the new leaders or they are going to appoint one for you. It's just that simple. There is a reason the alternative media is being filled with their people right now. Old dogs coming back, new ones appearing. They are losing control of those that pay attention, those that are awake or awakening. Those of you that consider that to be you, become the leaders of this reset. And I'm not referring to the currency reset either. What's the plan? I'm asked constantly. What would make a new plan without you? Why would I make a new plan without you? Yes, that's what she said. Why would I make a new plan without you? I'm not one of them. I'm not part of them. I'm part of you. New plan should be written with all of you, not just some council of my creation. Does that make sense? There must be a new plan. Where is everyone? Kind of reminds me of the Pink Floyd song, Comfortably Numb. Okay, you want to pull that up? All right, so hello, hello, is anybody in there? Wake up,
Hello. Hello.
Anybody in there? So, not if you can hear me. Now is the time. In short, stop looking for a savior. Be that human or otherwise. If you find one, it was most likely created for you. Yes, there is a source, God. Dial direct. You do not need an intercessor, not an interpretation nor a book to do so. To make a new plan, there must be a human, a live human soul who participates and makes decisions. Stop just reading blogs and then going about your day. Think. Please think. The THI groups were created, this is Thomas, for this purpose. Think tanks for the people. Anyone can join there. There are no restrictions. The new plan creators. And I hope all the THI, this is all Thomas. Listen, you are supposed to, this is definitely given that things. Supposed to gather the masses and formulate the new plan. Okay. Please, if you haven't started yet, please start now. If you need guidance or direction, please ask. If your system or new plan has a hierarchy system to it, it's wrong. Start it all again. Help me. Oh, this is definitely good. Help me help you. And remember, I bet it all. My life, my security, my job, my money, my time, my family, my home, and everything else they have taken from me to stand for you. I believe in you. Source God believes in you. We only need to unite to make this happen. I'm not your savior. You are. So really good. And then Thomas, this is also John. Everything has collapsed. I mean, everything in our system. This is what I was reading earlier. Same things.
Okay.
So, yeah, thank you for transcribing that whole letter.
Is that the end of her letter?
That's the end of her letter.
Okay.
I mean, the crux of what everything is on you. And I believe, I'm not, that part in the end seemed like it was to humanity. And this other group that, thinks they're above us and whatever else. And I'm not sure exactly what, sometimes when I always like to get it from Kim directly because, I guess I want to be clear because I'm always thinking to myself, what else can I do? What else can I get? What else needs to be done? And in this state, it's like at the end of the day, it's like, well, do we have access? Is this, if I'm going direct to source, do I just ask him to make a deposit? Things like that. Like, not to be too childish about it, because I do consider constantly and communicate. I'm always doing my shadow work and always considering these things. I'm constantly considering better ways to communicate. So, but I agree. Most of us are waiting for someone else to do something.
I'm not waiting. I'm not even waiting for Kim.
I know. Okay. But it doesn't necessarily help. It's might be the opposite. So we'll see. But that's where the struggle for me. It's like I know too many pieces to just, anytime I go to get involved in anything, it's like I gotta pull back. Because it's like, well, I know what this really goes to. So it's like like everybody else, I have a family to support, and so I'm not looking for a savior, but I am looking to be paid for what I've done. So,
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I got, man. I got to wrap it up here. I got another.
Oh yeah, sure.
10. So
I like that background you got there.
yeah, man, I did it because I like yours are so cool. I was like, I need something better. So I pulled up. So
I'll pass you a really good site. It's all royalty-free stuff, and it's all you can buy them a cup of coffee. You know, if you like what they're getting, a lot of stuff right from them, downloading. They want you to kind of start contributing. It's basically free to use though, but they just request donations.
that's cool. Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, and everybody have a great night, and see everybody back here soon.
Be sure everyone gives likes, subscribes. Please subscribe. It's important on both channels.
Wherever you are, go to both.
Yeah, go to both. Yeah.
All right. Cool, gang. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.